Hello there, my lovely friends, and welcome to today's reading. In today's reading, we're looking into what the three major changes or events that will be happening for you in this upcoming new year will be. So this will be intended to be timeless. So we are approaching 2025, the beginning of 2025 as I'm filming this, but I do want the intention to be that whenever you come across this reading and choose to engage with it, that it will speak to three major events or changes happening within the next year of you watching. So I have shuffled these cards already. We're going to get 3 cards, 1 card for each pile. We'll have 3 groups today. So let's see. Can I get a card for pile number 1, please? Card for pile number 1. Feeling this one. Pile number 2. Okay, and then we got that for pile number 3. So this will be our card for pile 1. 10 of Swords in reverse, pile 2. 8 of Cups for pile 1, 10 of Cups in reverse for pile 2, and then 10 of Pentacles for pile 3. If it helps you to choose with a crystal associated with the card, then I am going to shuffle and just randomly pick a crystal to go with each group as well. So we have, this is a broken piece of Angel Aura Quartz for pile 1 there. For pile 2, we have, man, I forget the name of this crystal, and I got my little fur baby's hair on it. I forget the name of this crystal, but this is for pile number 2. I'm really bad at remembering names. And then pile number 3. This is some raw amethyst, I believe. So take a moment, relax, take a deep breath, connect with your intuition, and use that to help you pick which group you're most drawn to. And then the timestamps will be in the description box below to meet me for your reading. So I'll see you there. Welcome, pile number 1. If you chose this pile, then your main card is the 8 of Cups. And then you chose this, this beautiful, broken but still beautiful crystal right here. Angel Aura Quartz. So, fix my little plant. So we are gonna start off just taking some, we'll have tarot cards for each of the 3 major changes or events happening within the next year for you. We are approaching the new year for 2025, but whenever you come across this video, allow it to apply to the next year of your life from when you're watching. And remember that your own, you know best for yourself. Your own intuition is what's best to follow for yourself. And so I'm really just going to be going off of what the cards say here. You don't have to take anything that doesn't feel aligned with you. And this is a general reading, so it could apply to different people many different ways. So just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And if you hear noises in the background, that is my little kitty cat Moon playing with his toy. So I will talk up just so you don't hear too much of him playing. But let's see, what is the first major change that my pile number ones we'll be going through. We have the Justice card. What is the second major change? Ace of Pentacles. And then what is the third major event or change happening for my pile number one? We have Ace of Swords in reverse. So now I am just going to get further clarification on these cards and draw out some oracle cards for these, just to clarify what we're seeing, the message that we're getting. Gonna start off with my Soul's Journey oracle deck. I have a few decks up here actually that I am contemplating using, that I felt called to just bring along as options. So we'll see which ones I actually use in this reading. I'm just kind of winging it, just seeing how it goes, to be honest. So let's see. Let's get these shuffled. Can I please get a clarifier for the Justice card? Clarifier, please, for the Justice card. Let me try that again. I'm gonna get one clarifier card for the Justice card, please. Okay, we have two. I'm gonna take both of these. So we have Envy and Honesty for number one. Trying to figure out how I want to do this. I'll just kind of group those together so we know it's for one. For two, clarifier card, please, for the Ace of Pentacles here. We have the Death card. And then can I please get a clarifier for the Ace of Swords in reverse? I had this card fall out, so we have Purpose. Perfect. So immediately looking at these cards, just starting off, what is popping out to me most immediately? First of all, with the Eight of Cups, I feel like you're embarking on a journey. This is going to be like a truly new beginning for you. You're embarking on a journey. I believe this is an eclipse here, maybe imagery of an eclipse. So she has her bag packed. Like whoever this person is, they are well prepared. They have a strong foundation to continue embarking forward on this journey. And I feel like it's powerful. It's going to be like a powerful experience for you. With the Justice card here, this is like the balancing of scales happening for you. This is like balancing your shadow self, or what you identify as like past mistakes or failures or things like that. Being able to balance those with what you see as your strengths or the lighter or more digestible aspects of yourself. I also see the growth of like new ideas, a new foundation. There's something that you're bringing forth to life, and I feel like it's coming from like an old idea, maybe like something that you kind of push to the side that is like coming back around with this Ace of Swords in reverse. I do feel like it's kind of like revisiting an old idea, an old thought, an old plan, or something that you had in some way. I think it's kind of funny that we had Envy and Honesty come out as clarifiers for Justice, because we do have like the balancing of the scales with the sword. We have the balancing of the shadow and the lighter sort of aspects of this person on the card. And then we have what could be considered like more opposing energies on the spectrum with this Envy and Honesty card. With the Envy card, it says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. And then with the Honesty card here, we have, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So this could even be more balance with how you see yourself, more balance in your self-esteem and how you interact with other people. This is like not allowing the ways that you are different from others to be something that limits you or holds you back. in your mindset, and maybe also balancing the expectations that you have from yourself and other people. Having a more, I think, just balance overall in the way that you approach mindsets and dynamics towards yourself. And maybe if you handle something one way that another person wouldn't, or vice versa, if you see something in a perspective, if you're having an experience or anything like that that differs from an experience or a perspective that someone else may have, or maybe you're looking online and you feel like this person has it better than me, like their experience is different or they're doing this different and that makes them better. I think just having a more balanced view of the things that make you unique, the things that make them unique, and maybe understanding that you don't always know like the bigger picture that someone else is going through. And they also don't always know the bigger picture and just like the deeper aspects of your situation, your unique challenges, your unique gifts, strengths. And, each person was created in a way and put on a path in a way that really aligns with who they are. And so it could be good to really embrace that and be honest and have integrity and just be realistic about what you expect from others, what you expect from yourself. I don't know if this is loosening up your expectations or what. It could be different for everybody, but I definitely feel like this is a balancing between your expectations of yourself and other people in some way. We are going to pull more cards, so that might make more sense as we pull more cards. But then we have the Death card, further clarifying this Ace of Pentacles right here. Death says, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. And I was picking up feeling like the Ace of Pentacles, this is something new that you're planting. There are roots growing. There are little parts of that plant starting to sprout. So 2024, or this year that you're currently in, or this time period or cycle that you're coming out of, you could have experienced. That is my cat's automatic feeder, so don't mind that. You might hear him munching in the background as well. But with this Death card, I definitely am picking up that like this cycle or phase that you're coming out of, or like the year of 2024, if you're watching this around the time that it's posted, was a year of a lot of endings for you. The death of a lot of experiences, cycles, perspectives, mindsets, identities, relationships. Death could be the ending of many things. I think death is just a part of the cycles of life, and it doesn't always have to mean like physical death or loss of life, but I think whatever ending has happened for you, whatever has ended in your life, is creating the opportunity for you to build a new foundation for something else. And then with this Ace of Swords in reverse being clarified by the Purpose card, I know what I am here to do. To me, this is you really kind of looking back at an old idea, like really revisiting an old idea you had, maybe an old dream, an old wish, like something that you thought was maybe too good to be true, or this is like, it makes me feel like wishful thinking or something like that. And it's not wishful thinking. I feel like you're going to be remembering what that was in this year coming up. You're going to be remembering whatever it is you kind of push to the side, whatever has kind of been in your subconscious. I feel like this is kind of a return of that, and that is something that's going to draw you closer to your purpose, or kind of think of like innovating an old idea so that it helps support you in your new purpose. Maybe you felt like something in the past failed, and so you want to figure out new ways of going about that. And I think this is definitely going to be a process that takes time. I feel like encouraging you to take your time and be patient, but also stay grounded and rooted in what your purpose is, and let that be like the driving factor for you, especially with the imagery we have going on with the Eight of Cups here. I feel like this is something that, can bring you like emotional fulfillment and balance in a lot of ways in your life, but could also be laying the foundation for physical abundance as well. But let's dig into some more cards just to see more about what this energy might entail. I'm also going to take a sip of my coffee. Have to have a nice hot cozy beverage, especially with it being wintertime. The winter solstice is almost here where I am located. It's colder, it's gloomy, it's all of that. So my vibe has definitely been nice hot cold drinks. Nice hot drinks, I mean, not cold drinks, more so this time of year. I love tea, I love coffee. Because I love coffee, I do like to do decaf in the middle of the day if I'm drinking coffee after a certain time, because I'm gonna have that flavor either way. But anywho, back to your reading. I don't know why I just went on a whole spiral talking about the drinks I like to drink, but anyway, can I please have a clarifier for the envy and honesty cards, please? Okay, we have, what do you need to release? Can I please have a clarifier for the death card? Okay, that was definitely meant to come out. Can I please have a clarifier for the purpose card? Okay, this is funny. This is interesting the way they came out. So let's get into it. Okay, with envy and honesty, we have the what do you need to release waning moon. I believe that this coming year is bringing the opportunity for you to really reevaluate a lot of limiting beliefs, mindsets, and comparisons you might make between yourself and others. And honestly, just really assess the way it's holding you back. Like, how are you being your biggest, worst enemy at this time? How are you holding yourself back and just kind of like leaving behind the things that aren't actually supporting you on the path towards like your goals, towards moving forward, towards fulfillment, towards health, towards well-being, towards pleasure and enjoyment, towards what's actually really best for you? What is it time to release, and really get real about that with yourself? And also, some of that releasing could be resistance and not accepting the shadow aspects of yourself, or not accepting that there is a divine balance to everything, and maybe everything isn't so black and white, but maybe there can be a balance of both. With the your dreams need a practical plan and the end of a tough cycle approaches, I do think it's pretty funny that these clarifying cards came out in the order that they did, because I would think this would go more with the death card and this one would go more with the purpose card. But how I'm interpreting it is that whatever this ending is, again, I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. It's bringing you to your Ace of Pentacles moment where you're able to kind of like really root into building something more sustainable, really building a foundation, planting seeds, growing roots. And there's a practical plan that you need to put in place with that. Develop a plan and focus on being consistent with the plan. Again, I feel like this is a journey that will require patience. So focus on being consistent, having a practical plan, and executing on that plan, and find success in the fact that you are consistently showing up and executing on that plan. And I think that you're coming up on the ending of maybe like a lot of doubt towards yourself, doubt towards your ideas. I feel like you're getting clearer on what your purpose is, and I think that it's honestly been kind of tough for you. I feel like you've been in a place of like unsurety, or just like not really knowing where you're going, what you're supposed to be doing, what your purpose is. Like it feels like a lack of clarity. And so I feel like that is something that has really negatively impacted you. And I can imagine just not understanding like what you're here to do, or what brings you fulfillment, what your purpose in this life that you're living. I can understand how that would be a bit disempowering. And so I feel like you're coming to completion with the things that you've needed to learn. Once you're able to release and execute a plan, I think that will allow you to have more confidence and not doubt your ideas and your ability to execute them so much. And that will kind of turn the table, turn the pages of this sort of rough cycle that you've been in internally or mentally and emotionally. I feel like it is mostly. But it could also be physically, but I do feel like it's a lot of like emotional and physical, and mental, like anguish for the most part. I'm also going to use two more decks. Just to get a few more cards to clarify these messages even further. Okay. Okay, this was honestly so confusing with how many cards came out, but we're just gonna keep the one that actually fell. Okay, so we have baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. Yeah, this is you really releasing a lot of self-doubt. You're really becoming clearer in trusting your intuition and just taking it one small step, one small practice at a time, focusing on the bigger picture, focusing on being consistent. And I think maybe your lack of consistency in the past could have come from trying to control everything, which can be a way of feeling safer. It's something that I am still working on myself, but I think that this is an invitation to trust a little bit more in the divine order of your life and in yourself and in whatever source that you have faith in, really practicing releasing control of just trying to control everything. Like, you can't control God, you know what I'm saying? And as much as we like to be in control of everything, we want to know what's next and what can we expect, what should I do, just so we can feel as safe as possible. It's just not the way the cookie crumbles, you know what I mean? It's not the way that we are meant to experience life. There still has to be a mystery to a lot of things and things that we don't understand, maybe in our physical lifetime, or just that we have to actually experience through, go through the experience to then understand. But I think there's a lot of importance in really being devoted and intentional about the actions and steps you take every day. I really think that trusting yourself and following your intuition more, having more balance with even just trying to control everything or how you're approaching everything, going into things with a more balanced mindset, having more faith, practicing your faith more. And then also, faith without works is dead, right? Also really put that intention into your day-to-day life. I have on this vision board I made for my wallpaper on my phone, create a life you can't wait to wake up to. What does that life look like for you? Maybe journal or just meditate on what does the life that you can't wait to wake up to look like, in small intentional ways that you can make your life a moving prayer around that, live a more heart-centered life and live more authentically to what's true for you now. So I do want to end off this reading just getting some insight into like better ways that you can show up for yourself, better ways that you can take care of yourself. So we are going to pull a few self-care cards from this deck. Let's see. How should my pile number one start showing up for themselves? Okay, these are too many cards, but I will take the ones that came out face up. Actually, if they're meant to come out, they'll come out. That was just a lot. And so let's try that again. How should my pile number ones show up for themselves? Thank you. I think this feels a little bit more reasonable. Okay, so we have movement, create art, and write a gratitude list. All right. I feel like this gratitude list is something that will really support having a more balanced perspective. It could be small things, but I think writing the things that make you feel good, like in that gratitude list, like don't just keep it super shallow and like, I'm grateful for my house or my home, I'm grateful for my friends. Those are all things to be grateful for. But I think also showing appreciation to like challenging experiences or like things that you have learned, even if it wasn't necessarily the prettiest process, having some grace with yourself and expressing like gratitude towards yourself from that perspective and in those moments can really help you have more self-acceptance and a balanced perspective with yourself. We also have create art. So create something from your heart. This art could be like in the daily life that you create for yourself. Like art could be many things. It doesn't have to be like sitting down, painting. Just create something from your heart. I think will really help you get in touch with yourself and really like support this new beginning that you're walking into. And then movement, move your body, move up that stagnant energy. This is something that like I think is essential. Having some sort of like physical movement. Oh, I can't talk today. Having some sort of physical movement in your routine, like for me, not only helps my physical well-being and how I just function and age throughout my lifespan, but it does also really help like my mental health and mental well-being because it's something that I'm doing for myself. It really helps me with managing my ADHD and anxiety symptoms. It is a therapeutic time where I can kind of shut like the logical part of my brain off outside of work, and then I'm just focused on moving. Like that is a sort of meditation in itself. So maybe sitting down and meditating doesn't work for you, but maybe like walking, exercising, yoga, different forms of physical activity, dancing, taking classes, doing it within a community. Maybe those are ways that you can connect deeper to yourself and have like a meditative moment as well. So those are all the messages I have for you, my pile number ones. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a like, comment down below. I'd love to hear from you, and subscribe to catch more of my future readings. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. Bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. So if you chose group 2, then you chose, this card was actually in reverse in the intro, but you chose the Everything is Fine or 10 of Swords in reverse. And this crystal, I still have not figured out its name, but I do know that it is for protection. That is what I bought it for. When I bought it, I just can't remember the name. I'm terrible at remembering names, but this is what you chose. Set that back over there. And in your reading, we are going to take a look at 3 major changes or events happening in your next upcoming year. We are watching this, or I am recording this at the end of 2024. So if you're watching it around the time that I posted, this will be looking at what is happening in the new year, 3 major events or changes happening in the new year that your guides want to talk to you about, but it is intended to be timeless. So if you come across this reading after the time that it's posted, that's totally fine. It will just be looking at the next year from the point of you watching the video. So I'm gonna start off with pulling a tarot card. I'm gonna pull a tarot card for each of the events or changes that will be happening. Oh my goodness, do y'all see these cards hating on me? All right, there we go. Shuffle one more time. Yeah. All right, Spirit, 3 cards. Okay, for what is the first event or change? Ooh, we have the Lovers. We have the Sun. Aw. Okay, one more for the third thing. What is the third major change or event? Okay, I have that card wanting to come out. 8 of Cups in reverse. All right. I am going to, before just like getting into reading the card, make sure you can see these all the way. Okay. Yes, cool. So before getting into it too deeply, I'm going to pull some oracle cards out just to clarify what's coming up here and then kind of explore more of what the cards are saying. I have some different oracle decks up here, so I'm just kind of choosing for each pile whichever ones I feel drawn to use. But there were several that I picked that I was drawn to, but we'd be here for a whole hour each reading if I used all of them, and then it might get confusing with all the cards. So anyway, please get a card to clarify the Lovers. Please clarify the Lovers. Okay. Can I please clarify the Sun? Please clarify the Sun card. Okay, thank you. And please clarify the 8 of Cups in reverse. Oh, okay. Thank you. Set this down. So with this Beauty and the Lovers card, to me, this is initially coming off as like, and again, this is a general reading, so this could really apply in so many like different ways for you if this does resonate. But with the Lovers and the Beauty card here, this to me feels like seeing the beauty within yourself, like finally realizing the beauty within yourself in a relationship that you have with yourself. Or it could also be like you really seeing the beauty in another person. Like maybe you've gone through a really challenging time in your relationship with yourself or with another person, or just a really not even challenging, like transformative time in a relationship with yourself or another person. For me, this is like that situation. It feels like it's allowed you to really see like the true beauty in them. You're seeing them fully for who they are, and it's like the passion here is igniting so much. I think along with that fiery passion, there's also a sense of feeling really like rooted and grounded in the connection, whatever type of connection this may be, like really rooted and grounded into the connection. I do really feel strongly though that this connection is either with yourself or another person romantically. But again, this could apply in different ways for you, but that is just what I'm feeling or what I'm getting from the cards, and just how I'm feeling. But yeah, I do think that this is like seeing the divinity within another person, like really realizing their beauty, and like this is the point where I actually really have unconditional love in this connection. And it does feel reciprocal. Like it's something that is reciprocal, and it's a continuous like pouring into and from each other, within this connection. We also have the numbers 4 and 6 here, which for me, those numbers represent like stability, a strong foundation, harmony, family, love, things like that. So that is kind of how I interpret these cards. With the Sun card, we have another 6 here, so you have some good 6s. Letting go, allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I shall never feel again. And then with the Sun card, just how like radiant and beautiful the energy is in that Sun card. Like this is like chest, like heart wide open. Like even if there are some like dark things that you have gone through, challenging things, really transformative things that were just uncomfortable, it doesn't even necessarily have to be this big tragic event, or maybe it could have been something more difficult or challenging. Again, this will apply in like many different ways for each of you, but this is really just not allowing whatever that like darker energy, more challenging feelings were. It's like you're using that experience and alchemizing like that energy, that emotion, you're turning it into something. You were able to feel it. It's like you're allowing yourself to accept that, and then that is what allows you to finally just kind of let it go and continue to keep your heart open, continue to shine that beautiful light that you have, continue to be the beautiful person that you are. You do feel like you have like just really just like loving, beautiful, gorgeous energy. Like it feels just, I feel my heart center just like radiating. I feel like you really are radiant. And I think that something that will allow you to maintain that essence of yourself is to allow yourself to feel, process, take what you need to from an experience, and then continue to move forward in better ways from that. You know, we're always evolving, we're always learning. We always know how to adjust our approach or how we do things moving forward, or at least know more about what we need, and are always equipping ourselves with more like tools, knowledge, experiences, feelings to help us navigate like just life in general and the experience that we will have. With this 8 of Cups in reverse, and then we also have sensuality, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. For me, I feel like you have been sort of inhibiting yourself a little bit, like emotionally, but I feel like there's just such a like surge of energy coming. I would love to see I really love this guidebook. I would love to see what it has to say about, excuse me, the 8 of Cups in reverse. And this deck is the Light Seers Tarot. I'll have the decks that I use for each reading in the description box below. Here it is though. 8 of Cups, Shadow Seer, walking away and then regretting your choice, feeling stuck in your current reality, fears that block your momentum, escapism, avoidance. She has released her last cup into the sea, and her bowl burning ceremony is over. Is it time to walk away from something in your life? Choosing your sacred dream, especially when you're feeling disappointed, is one of the biggest acts of self-love that you can enact. When you take that very first step, you begin to choose yourself. There's nothing more healing or more powerful. Find your resolve and untether any anchors that are holding you back. Though your disillusioned heart may require some TLC, you can realign your path by shedding outgrown expectations, hopes, people, ideas, beliefs, guilt, or ways of being. If you find yourself exhausted or confused, or jumping from thing to thing, know that you are entering a mystical period of intense shifting, and that releasing old stories will help you to travel lightly. Go in the direction of epic dreams, happiness, and greater meaning. And then we have a little affirmation here that says, I walk away from negativity and I choose myself in a rebellious act of self-love. I'm going to read that again because that hit. I walk away from negativity and I choose myself in a rebellious act of self-love. So I do feel like for most of you here that this energy with the Lovers, beauty, and sensuality is regarding the deep, intimate, passionate relationship that you have with yourself. But I think for a few of you, it could also be romantic. But I think that either way, self-love is the foundation for everything. Our relationships with ourselves is the foundation for everything. And so I feel like this is an encouragement for you to release the sense of inhibition that you have been placing on yourself. What are you inhibiting inside yourself? What like really deeply like sensual, free, playful, loving, radiant parts of yourself, because that's the energy that I'm feeling from you, group number 2. Like I can feel so strongly that that's in you. Like it makes me feel like I want to be around you. And I think that that's something that you haven't allowed to shine for whatever reason. It could be different reasons for many of you, but for whatever reason, that's not something that you've been allowing to shine. And I think in this next year, like you're releasing a lot of things, you're tapping back into your inner creativity. Like for me, this is giving sacral chakra, this is giving root chakra, this is also giving like your throat chakra, like speaking your truth, speaking your intentions out loud, being real with yourself, opening the door for like vulnerability and communication with yourself, with others, really speaking your piece. And I think that you're just moving past a really challenging period. Maybe there's like a period, like things you regret or something like that, like the book was saying. But I think just either way, in this next year, it's a real opportunity for you to move forward in new ways. And like, you're just tapping into this energy, like, that I don't think you've ever allowed to like fully be free within yourself before. But we're gonna get more cards because I would love to see what else comes up. And for you, I would love to use this deck I did not use for the last pile, but I'm really feeling it for you, my lovelies. I think they're so beautiful too. These are the Animal Apothecary cards by Cara Elizabeth. I love them. Oof. Had to get a sip of water. Oop. All that talking. Need to try that again. Okay. So, okay, we had 2 come out here. To clarify beauty and the Lovers, we have no expectations and transformation. We're gonna get a clarifier for the letting go and the Sun card. We have see beyond the past. Lovely, lovely. And then we're gonna get a clarifier for sensuality and the 8 of Cups. Okay, I also feel like that wanted to come out. Ooh, we had so many cards come out, but I'm really excited about this. Just looking at these, I feel really excited about them for some reason. So, okay. This really is just this. I'm excited for whatever new energy, whatever part of yourself you're tapping into right now. I just you're it, honey. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is such a transformative energy. Like, we have transformation here, and I was saying I feel like there's some sort of transformative experience that's really deepening this connection. And like, the more cards that come out, the more I feel like it really is the relationship you have with yourself for most of you, which is such a beautiful thing. That's such a beautiful thing. I think that you're kind of like releasing like limitations and expectations that you had of yourself that really didn't support your full well-being. And that's what's going to really open the door. That's what's leading you up the stairs and providing you the key to the door of that like beautiful animal within, that wild animal within that is undomesticated, meaning just like you're releasing a lot of programming. There's a lot of cards here that talk about releasing, healing, letting go, moving on, tapping into your sensuality, passionate, more fiery, more innate energy. And I think just releasing the expectations you have of yourself, seeing the beauty within yourself because of the transformation that you have gone through. This is like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Like, you are so powerful, group number 2, and I can just feel it from your energy. Like, you're so powerful. I feel like I want to say I'm so proud of you for some reason. So I don't know if that's something some of you may need to hear, but you are really like, look at all the beautiful colors on this phoenix. Like, you are just really tapping in to such beautiful energy within yourself. Allow yourself to be free and open with the sun card. Like, open your heart, open yourself up to this. And really allow yourself to move beyond the past. Like, we have like water here, and to me that represents emotions. And so I think that there are a lot of heavy or deep or just emotions that may take some time to like fully process and work yourself through. I know personally, I have a process of needing for some things, like I've needed to take weeks or months just kind of reevaluating my routines, how much I extend myself outside of myself, because I was going through like a really difficult emotional period, and there were really like difficult, traumatic, hurtful things that I was processing the emotions through, and like in therapy, and it was really intense, and I needed to go through that. I do think it was very necessary for me to take the time to process and understand what it means to go through the process of letting myself feel certain emotions, and then also having the tools to understand when it's finally time to let go, and how to do that, and how to actually move past and see beyond the past. And you know, at the same time, you're giving yourself that compassion and grace and acceptance in like, this experience made me feel this way. This was a lot to process. And now that now that I have had the opportunity to process it, and I've allowed myself to feel and accept it, there's so much beautiful wisdom that comes from it, that I think it'll always be something that like you remember how you felt about it, but it's not something that's going to drain you of your energy or keep you down or keep you in a funk or really just affect your day-to-day how it has been. And I think it's really important for you to see like a beautiful black swan. I think this is a swan. If not, it's a beautiful bird. Beautiful black bird that's able to come be in the sun, come be in the beautiful colors and beautiful energies where, you know, the emotions had their place, and they're also something that wisdom can now support them, can now be the water that they're swimming in that is supporting them and still serving your needs. And then nourishment while waiting, I think, and shake, release, heal, move on. So I'll start with this one. I do think like sensual practices with yourself, however that may look for you, I think do some research, but that could look like taking some sort of dance classes or lessons or something like that. Doing something that really feels empowering for you physically or with your creative energy that does require some sort of like physicality or physical effort or just hands-on, you're using your creative energy and it's hands-on, I think would be really like healing and transformative for you, and would actually be maybe a helpful way for you to work through some of the thoughts or feelings that have been coming up for you. I'm not a licensed clinician, so I encourage you to seek the support of a licensed clinician that resonates with you for like diagnosis and deeper needs and proper assessments and making sure that like you're taken care of in those ways. However, it could just be a really nice like practice, like for you to get a hobby or something that you do that allows you to release that sort of energy. Maybe trying something new. And I actually want to read the guidebook for this Nourishment While Waiting card. This guidebook is T2. Okay, so that is the number 5 card. We have a 5 here, 5 there. We have another 6 right here, another 4. Okay, 5. I'm getting distracted. Okay. Here we go. Nourishment While Waiting with the baby hawk. Hawk is a power bird with big medicine. Hawk is fearless, the visionary, the messenger, and the balanced one. Hawk is your highest self. Baby hawk in this image represents the part of you with an overwhelming desire to step into who you are fully and fulfill your purpose. Mouse represents the nourishment baby hawk will need to develop into her most fulfilled self. Baby hawk teaches us the wisdom of nourishment while waiting. This is a moment for patience. What will you do while you wait for your vision to manifest? The flower blossoms in its own time, but the gardener cultivates the seed's growth. Liken yourself to a flower, group number 2, like, and use these sensual practices and like figure out ways to nurture yourself, nurture that passionate creative energy and your emotions so you're able to channel that energy in better ways. Tell your story through, you know, what you create in ways that are really empowering for you, and take care of yourself and nurture yourself first in that process. But you're the gardener that's cultivating the growth of the seed within you, which is your spirit, your soul, your purpose, and what you're here to do. Let's continue here. It says, the gardener ensures the seed's fullest development by nourishing it, pulling the weeds that threaten it, and planting the seed where it will receive the most sunlight. Group 2. Sunlight. While you wait for the next step to be revealed, you must similarly prepare yourself for success. Baby hawk needs to be nourished before she can achieve all her greatness as adult hawk. And this is why you must nourish yourself on every possible level from a holistic lens. Ask yourself what skills your future self holds that you currently do not. Then start researching and practicing them. Once you grow and develop these skills, you step into your highest self. Wise old hawk looks back on her past self and shares the medicine to not just wait in patience, but to learn while you wait. And that's how you take the wisdom from your experiences. Stay persistent on your path toward growth and develop and strengthen yourself. For it is the consistent nourishment to become your greatest self that magnetizes you toward dreams unimaginable to you now. Consistency. Focus on the consistency. And creatively, I feel like a lot of creatives, they don't apply the same rules of like time, deadlines. Like if you think about corporate America and like an artist, while there's still like structure, rituals, things like that that an artist may have that's specific to their process, they're not necessarily tied to like the same type of rules that you would be in a more like corporate business environment and having all of these stakeholders, like things like that. And wow, I just lost my train of thought. Let me read back. Okay, yeah. So I feel like this is... Okay, here we go. That's what I was saying for the consistent nourishment. Okay, I start going on tangents and getting a little bit distracted sometimes. I'm unmedicated ADHD here, so I do a lot to support it, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, the consistency that artists take is a lot different than it might be in a corporate business environment. For instance, there's a creative I know who is an author, and he told me one day that he does something creatively for at least 30 minutes every day. He writes something every single day for at least 30 minutes, and that's consistency towards his craft. And out of that have come really successful books and opportunities and the ability to do what he loves every day and honor that part of himself every day. And his focus there is on that consistency. And so I think it can be easy to really like undervalue consistency or feel like it's mundane. And I think that the world trains us to just quick, fast, next thing. But there are many things that do require patience, that do require effort, that do require consistency in what we experience as time in this physical reality. For it is the consistent nourishment to become your greatest self that magnetizes you towards dreams unimaginable to you now. I love that. Okay, so we are going to get some final just self-care cards. Just to see some more ways that you can support yourself during this time. Some good practices for nourishing yourself. So we're gonna see what will be good for you to focus on in terms of like nourishing yourself, taking care of yourself. Be still. Interesting. This person is in Shavasana, a yoga asana or posture on this card. And so maybe yoga, yin yoga, restorative yoga could be good for you. Starting a meditative practice. Connect with the earth. So a lot of grounding energy. Spend more time outside. Learn more about plants and nature. Tend to plants and nature. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Oop, okay. We're just gonna take all of these that came out. Especially because they came out face up. Use your hands. Again, this is doing something that involves your physical effort. Pleasure with that sensuality card. And pleasure doesn't always have to mean like sexual things in the ways that we may grossly or just automatically jump to thinking about them. But this could also be just like the things that bring you pleasure in your heart that, allow you to, as this card says, dance, love, laugh, play. Allow like that creative energy to flow through you. Focus on doing things that bring you pleasure and plan a vacation. Maybe this is the year that you take yourself on a solo vacation, and I feel like maybe you're going to experience like some good insights. I feel like that will be a really personally like reflective and transformative time for you if you do decide or have the ability to go on a vacation. Even if it's just like taking a few days to yourself, you don't necessarily have to fly somewhere, although it could be you flying and going somewhere. It could even be somewhere that like you drive to that's pretty local. Just whatever a vacation looks like for you, I think it could be good to try to do that. So you might be going on a vacation this next year. That is all for your reading, group 2. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up, like it, leave a comment down below. Let me know how this may resonate with you, if any of it did. and subscribe to the channel so that you can stay connected with me and become a part of this Inner Alchemy Oracle community. I love you so much. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous pile or group number threes. Welcome to your reading today. So in this reading, we are going to be diving into 3 major events or changes coming up within the next year of your life. My original inspiration for this is at the time I am posting this, we are in December 2024. The new year 2025 is upon us. And so I would love to dig into and just see what message your spirit guides have about what 3 major events or changes that are happening for you in this upcoming year will be. But it is intended to be timeless. So whenever you come across this video, the intention is that it will look within the next year ahead. So we're going to start off with pulling a tarot card for each of those main events or changes. The deck is pre-shuffled, and also if you hear crunching or anything like that, that is my cat eating some snacks. He's a big back. So yeah, don't mind that, but let's get started. And let's see, what is the first major event for pile number 1? We have Ace of Swords upright. That came out in reverse for one of the previous piles. I think it was pile 1. What about event or change number 2? Queen of Pentacles. Nice. And what about number 3? Looks like this one wants to come out. 9 of Swords. Okay, actually, I'm not too sure about that one. But if it's meant to come out, actually, it's still poking out, so I feel like it was meant to come out. I just was confused. I shouldn't doubt, but I just wanted to see if it was really meant to come out, then it would still be obvious and it was still sticking out. So we're going to stick with that. And then to help clarify these 3 tarot cards, I'm going to pull out an oracle card for each to further clarify. And then we'll get into just what I feel like the cards are saying. This is a general reading, so it could apply or resonate in many different ways, different applications specific to your experience. This is a general reading, so if something doesn't feel like it applies to you, it may just be for like some people, it may not be for you, and that's okay. So we're going to start off with the Soul Journey cards, and I'll have in the description box a list of the decks that I used for each reading. For 1, we have Failure. Let's see, can you clarify the Queen of Pentacles, please? We have Gratitude. Please clarify the 9 of Swords. We have Death. This also came out for a previous pile. I think pile number 1. Okay. Interesting. If you were drawn to pile number 1, maybe watch that one. If you're not, don't even worry about it if it wasn't already speaking to you. And then I forgot to introduce the pile. So if you chose this pile, group 3, you chose the 10 of Pentacles card, which is a beautiful card of just fulfillment. It is one of the happiest cards, if not the happiest in tarot, in my opinion. And then this raw amethyst. So let's get into it. So with the Failure, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. With the Failure card coming with the Ace of Swords, I feel like you are learning something new, or you have a new idea that is coming from a previous failure or something not going to plan. I feel like that, or something that, feels like a mistake to you, something that just wasn't what you meant it to be. I feel like there is something that you are learning or taking from whatever that experience may be for you. And there's like a new doorway of ideas, downloads. This is like divine guidance, and inspiration being provided to you. And I think it's something that is going to bring a lot of fulfillment in the long term. Like, looking at the bigger picture, this is something that will bring a lot of fulfillment to you. But I do think that you could have experienced or could currently be going through something that you feel like is a mistake or just didn't go to plan how you wanted it to. And so you're going to be receiving, based on what the cards are saying, you could be receiving some sort of like divine inspiration for a new idea or a way to learn from that. It's presenting a new opportunity for you. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Gratitude card. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So that's 2 cards that we have specifically using the word opportunity to describe what's coming for you. We have the Ace of Swords, which is like the beginning of something, a new idea. So I definitely feel this energy of like something new happening in your life. And I think that you're able to kind of pivot your mindset. And at some point of this year, I think you're realizing how much of a blessing or opportunity this previous or current perceived mistake or failure that you're experiencing is really actually working towards your benefit or laying the foundation or the path to your greater fulfillment, to just new opportunities into your life. I think just overall, just like a lot of abundance. Look at all of the plants and like the greenery around her. Like, she's just content, pleased with life. So I feel like there is like success and abundance around you that you're just feeling really grateful for at some point this year. I feel like there is some sort of new opportunity coming. And then with the Nine of Swords and the Death card, I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. It's the cycle. It makes me think of the Wheel of Fortune, but those are the cycles of life. When there is an ending, there has to be a beginning of something else. In nature, there's a lot of nature imagery in these cards. In nature, when a plant dies, a tree dies, a bush, I have mums outside on my balcony and they died. They're actually dead now, but they come back in the next year when you just kind of take care of it properly, nurture them properly in that like waiting season. At some point next year, they're gonna start sprouting new growth again, and then I'll have full lovely mums again. Same thing with orchids. Orchids bloom, their petals fall, they look like they're dead, but then they come back. And it's just part of the cycle, death and life. It's part of the cycles of life, death and life in many different ways. And so I really feel like there's something ending in your life that's presenting a new opportunity in 2025. I think that this thing that is ending is definitely causing a lot of mental anguish, a lot of doubt, a lot of maybe insecurity, a lot of confusion. I feel like this is something that you're grieving. It's definitely the ending of something that you're sad about, and I think that's normal. And I think along with that, because more than one thing can be true at once, along with that, you're also being presented with the opportunity to pivot into a different opportunity that produces the fulfillment that you were, more fulfillment than you could ever imagine, more for yourself than you were originally intending. So it's like everything that you wanted and had in your heart before, plus what's in your wildest dreams that you wouldn't even usually think to claim for yourself, I feel like is the general theme of what's happening. So let's get into some other cards. I'm gonna use this Animal Apothecary set. Please, Oracle deck, please give me a clarifier for this failure and Ace of Swords, please. Another clarifier card for the failure and Ace of Swords. Destiny Path, Omnia Unus Est. That 35 breaks down to an 8, which does symbolize like abundance, sustainability, things lasting. Can I please get a clarifier for the Queen of Pentacles in Gratitude? Queen of Pentacles in Gratitude. You are about to shine. And another 8. Wow. Please get a clarifier for the Nine of Swords and the Death card. Clarifier for the Nine of Swords and the Death card, please. I felt like this wanted to come out. You are more. This is beautiful. So what I feel like this destiny path is saying, like, this new beginning that you're going on, I'm really excited for you, group 2, because this is taking you with the bees. We have abundance. With the snakes, there's transformation, there's a new vision. This is just a really divinely guided path that you are going on. Whatever this new idea that is coming to you, this was divinely guided. This was meant to be on your path, and I think it is really going to bring you a lot of abundance. I do really like what the book has to say about these cards, so we're gonna see what the book says there too. I love this deck. I love the descriptions of the cards. Like, they give just enough, but not too much, you know? They're long enough, descriptive enough, not too long. So we have Destiny, Path, Bee, and Snake. One of the most powerful cards in the deck, Omnia Unis Est, speaks of initiating the fulfillment of destiny through transmutation. Receiving this card means you are on the correct path, being led towards supreme success. It is confirmation that your destiny is in the works. Even if current circumstances are contrary to your heart's deepest wishes, you have a profound purpose that is beyond your current understanding, but it is what every cell in your body has yearned to self-actualize. Even your limiting beliefs cannot stop the unfolding of your greatest potential. The symbol of the circles and triangle is known as the Philosopher's Stone, the symbol of transmutation and inner enlightenment. The alchemical process of turning lead into gold through a deep cooking and heating process is representative of the psyche transforming into its highest potential, leading to enlightenment and the utter fulfillment of one's purpose in the physical realm. King Snake is the ultimate transmuter. He is non-venomous, yet can eat poisonous snakes often bigger than himself. This teaches about your ability to transmute a toxic situation into your greatest asset. The bees in this image represent the gifts that you have within are of the most utmost service to humanity. Bees are a gift to humanity as they pollinate about 80% of the crops we eat. Your purpose is also a gift of service to humanity. Above and below the king snake, we see the image of the all-seeing eye guarding and guiding you. There is a force that created you that has been facilitating your growth this entire time. Lastly, connecting it all together is the Latin term Omnia Unis Est, which translates to all is one, everything is connected. There is a mystery beyond your comprehension aligning you with what you were born to share. Every moment you have encountered was meant to bring you to exactly where you are right now. This is a destined path for you. This is so exciting, group 3. And the fact that it calls out too that it's a mystery beyond your comprehension, aligning you with what you were born to share. As you walk the way appears. As you continue down this path, you're going to learn more and more and more. So you might not know up front, but it starts with one piece of information and then you just keep following that path, but you are being guided. And this is, you are on the right path and you're being divinely guided and protected on this journey. So I think, like, have faith in that and trust. Let's see. Every moment you have encountered was meant to bring you to exactly where you are right now. Ultimate self-actualization is your destiny. You are on the correct path. That's so beautiful, group number 3. And then we have, after this, with the Queen of Pentacles, you are about to shine. The underlying energy of this deck being the 10 of Pentacles. This is like you're celebrating something. For some reason, the candle coming forward is like you're celebrating something. This animal looks just so happy. There's like a rainbow behind them. So I think like you're celebrating something, and it could be like just one small step that you're taking, no matter if it's a big thing or a little thing. That's subjective, right? I think that doesn't necessarily matter, but even like the attitude on the Queen of Pentacles, like, you know your tea, okay? Let's see, 26. Oh, I passed it. Okay. You are about to shine. Armadillo, that's what that is. Okay, I can see that. Just as we see Armadillo wearing an armor of scales, this reinforces the idea of going inward. The inward work is exactly what allows us to shine outward. This inner contemplation leads to a more brilliant inner light that will eventually be witnessed and felt by all. Armadillo says that what you have to offer will be recognized. Do not get bogged down with how and when. As you walk the way will appear. Instead, be led by the greater consciousness you were created from, that divine guidance that's coming for you. We connect to our inner light when we connect to the source that created us. Armadillo's medicine asks you to create a very intimate relationship with that which created you. You are being asked to level up your daily prayers and create a dialogue with life. So maybe developing a gratitude practice where you're setting intentions, maybe setting up an altar, where you are praying, where you're speaking things aloud, where you're visualizing, or where you're being really intentional about the life that you're living and creating. Drop all your wants and desires and create an intense conversation with the great mystery. That's the second time we've had the great mystery. So I think there are definitely things that are not supposed to be known to you before walking down the path. And it's just something you have to go on, and you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot from this, I feel like. Okay, drop all your wants and desires and create an intense conversation with the great mystery about receiving guidance to do what you were created to do. We all have a special gift that lies dormant within us, waiting to actualize. And the last card talked about self-actualization. In this moment of deep connection to the great mystery, a mysterious energy begins to activate our gift. This conversation and prayer you create needs to feel very real. Prayer does not need to look one specific way. It is intimate communion with that which you were created from. Start speaking to life. If you create this intense and mystical relationship with life daily, you will begin to witness yourself unlocking all your gifts. Life speaks back to those who speak to it, but it is your job to start the conversation. You might not receive an answer right away, but it will come to you with full force in the perfect way at this right time. Armadillo's medicine says that you are about to be seen, heard, felt, witnessed, understood, and recognized. It's coming for you. You are about to shine so brightly. But now is the before time where you first must, let me start this sentence over. But now is the before time where you first must ignite your gift of light through going inward and channeling the universe. This is a deeply personal path that you're going on, group number 3. It's deeply personal. We do have a single person in each of these cards, which ultimately leads you to your full fulfillment beyond your wildest dreams, where there's love, community in this card, family. But I do really think that this is a deeply personal journey for you this year of just kind of aligning to your path. And I think it would really be beneficial, from what the cards are saying, to just really dive deeper into your spirituality and being grounded and rooted and intentional about the daily life that you're living, your rituals. Maybe set an intention with each part of your day. Something that I've recently started doing, I got this daily planner little booklet off of Amazon. Let me grab it real quick, actually. Okay, so, and I think you could definitely, there are templates on Canva you can use and print out maybe, but 52 pages, $5 or something like that for this, daily planner, which helps me. I do also have a calendar that I keep up with major things. I use Google Calendar. I do also have a weekly planner, but it really helps me to get intentional and stay present, even with the overarching goals or things that need to be done. Having something like a daily planner in place really helps me to stay present and intentional about what I'm doing in each day. It tracks my mood, my water, my 3 top priorities. It's just it sounds really simple, but it really helps to focus my mindset into being where my feet are and being more intentional about my day-to-day. And then I noticed that my daily habits, my daily rituals, the things that support me, it's more sustainable. It seems like small things that I'm doing every day, but that's momentum that continues to build up, and that consistency is the sauce of life. So maybe something like this could be helpful for you. Let me put this back. Okay, so yeah, I think just getting really intentional about your daily life is something that will help you feel a lot more gratitude. It will open your heart up. We have green here for the higher heart chakra, and I think it will just bring a lot more balance into your life and make you feel more sure of yourself and sure of your creations and your, like, what's within you and your source that's all around you. And then we have You Are More. So let's see what the book says on that one. All right, here we go. You Are More, Eagle Lightbringer. Ooh-wee. Eagle flies high, able to soar at altitudes of up to 10,000 feet. His relationship is close to the sun, and he brings a message about the light you shine. When Eagle flies into your card reading, he speaks of your noble destiny. Destiny. Okay. You are a light bringer, and you are created to shine in order to not only heal yourself, but also humanity. You are about to shine, and that card said it was bigger than just you. You are more than what you realize. It's bigger than you. This is your destiny. This is a bigger purpose that serves humanity. Pile 3. Eagle says that being a light bringer is a lofty and honorable duty, but it does not come without carrying the weight of the world. Often as a light bringer, you have a deep relationship with pain, but this was necessary for you to be able to shine so within the darkness. You have the ability to feel on deep levels and cannot endure the suffering of the world and its creatures. Your cries for justice might often fall on deaf ears, but you are meant to endure your pain and transmute it into light so you can illuminate the world. Understand that you have a profound gift, and your existence is a part of humanity's evolution to achieve its greatest potential: world peace. Your light heals, brings love, and dissolves suffering. Your light is who you are, and you must embrace your greatness and step into yourself to shine fully. You must do all of the self-work to fully remove the veils of ego from your heart so you can be your highest self and allow the light of love to heal humanity. You must honor your body and take care of it. You must do the psychological work to deprogram all of your toxic beliefs, and you must independently investigate your spiritual existence and your relationship with the great mystery. There we go again with that, and a lot of emphasis too on your spiritual path, your individual spiritual path. This is going to be a deeply spiritual year for you. Please take this message with urgency and honor your gift. To receive Eagle is a privilege. His medicine asks you to respect your greatness. You are a servant of light. Okay, that's beautiful. I am going to end off this reading with some self-care cards. We are going to take a look at this deck to see what ways your spirit guides would like you to support yourself and your well-being a bit more. So we have energy work. That makes sense with just being aligned, balanced, bringing in more of that Queen of Pentacles energy, and also allowing more balance and alignment for that divine inspiration. You have a lot of stuff to do. Pile number 3, you got more to do. You are more. Massage is also something that can help with stress relief, moving around stagnant energy or chi, however you relate to it within your body. Touch is something that could be really healing. I know for myself, I like to get a massage like once a month, something around there, and it really helps me de-stress so much. It's something to look forward to also. And we have intuition. What are some practices that you can establish to connect to your intuition more deeply? I think your intuition is going to be something that really supports you during this time. And I think this is a deeply personal, again, singular people in these cards. This is a very personal year for you, group number 3. This year is very personal. It's very intentional. I think that you are just transmuting so much that is going to lead you to this 10 of Pentacles. So keep whatever your 10 of Pentacles, your fulfillment, and then beyond your wildest dreams, like what you can think of that you don't think you could have, but if there were no limitations in the world, what would you want? That's your 10 of Pentacles, honey. And so align with her, align with that highest self, align with your light, and do the work every day. Be intentional about doing the work every day, connecting to your intuition, taking care of you. This is a deeply personal and intentional year for you. And I'm so excited for you, group number 3. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I love you so much. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, like, comment down below to let me know how anything in here may have resonated with you, and subscribe so that we can stay connected within this beautiful community. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.